Hello everybody and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. So you just catch me here over at the store because I've had a look on here and just seen that some of our fields need rolling. Now we've got a couple here, 47 and 49 that have still got stones in, but I completely forgot about the stones before putting the seed in. And I'm not sure if when the seed's in, if that's going to be a problem. And like, if I got the stone picker on it, is it going to damage the seeds? I don't know. So on this occasion, we're going to leave it, but the light blue here tells me it needs rolling. I completely forgot about the rolling. So we're going to go into the store and we're going to have to get ourselves a roller. So we have a look here. 140,000. It's a bit of a beast and I'm not sure really if we need to go that big because it's 24.3 meters wide. Yeah, I'm not sure we need to go that big. These are little small ones, so we're going to go for this thing here. And it's a good size, 12.3. Should be good enough for our fields. And really all we can do is change the tyres. And I think, yeah, to me it doesn't really matter. We'll go BKTs. Yeah, we'll go for BKTs. We don't want to put a license plate on it. So we're going to buy one of them because we're going to need to do this again. It's, we could lease it, but we might as well just buy one outright. We're over at the store. Let's grab it and let's go do some rolling on the fields. At the minute, I've kind of paused time. I've froze time at 0 because it's getting a bit late in the day. It's 20 to 5 at the minute. We're in September. And next month, obviously we're doing 1 day a month at the minute. So next month we're going to be going into October. And that's when the sunflowers and our cornfield should be ready as well. So we've got some work to do on the cornfield. And obviously the sunflowers are all ready to go. So we're going to get into that next month and we're going to have to go and get the header. We're going to have to lease the corn header to do them. It should be a good time. And then really we can do a bit of prepping in the fields, but there isn't a massive amount to do. Because we're going to maybe put some more. I know we've done a lot of fields of wheat in at the minute, but I just think if we fill wheat in, because we can still do that, you see. If we're going to have a look on here, you see wheat is still okay in October. So we might as well, since we're going, that's the only thing really we can put in. We can do barley, but because we've already got wheat in it, we might as well carry on and do the wheat. And then we can literally just harvest all the wheat and send it up to the grain mill. I was telling you in one of the previous episodes when about going up to the grain mill, we're going to get that. And then we can put all the grain in, we get paid for it, and then quickly run around and go buy the grain mill. And I think that's going to be a good way. That'd be the best way of doing it, I think. So we might as well put wheat in these two other fields when we've done the corn, but we're going to have to do a bit of plough and we're going to have to get it all ready. So we can have a look here, 46 and 44. 45 doesn't need doing, obviously it's got sunflowers in 45. So we'll go ahead, we'll get these rolled. Look at this. And then that will tick that one off and we should be looking pretty good then. And then once we've done this, we can go to bed. And then we'll go into the next month and we can sort out the sunflowers and sort out the corn. So I'll get this done. I'll see you after.
I had a feeling you'd come back and save me from all those lonely nights and heartbreaks. And I feel misplaced without you. Why don't we go back to, why don't we go back to, never wanted to end it like we did. I guess shit happens for a reason, but it's like something feels different from back then. Why don't we go back to, why don't we go back to, honestly I'm open wide. I don't feel like waking up without you by my side. I still see your silhouette. Why don't we go back to, why don't we go back to your bedroom?
So we've gone through, everything has been rolled now, the stone roller is back in. I didn't realise as well actually, as I was going through, it sorted out the rolling that we needed done, but the rolling also has got rid of some of the stones. Some of the lighter stones it's managed to push back down. So if we look on here now, you can see the rolling, perfect. But 47 and 49, look, there were stones in it before on 49. There's just a couple of ones which have been a little bit annoying. And on 47, just a few on there which are, again, I'm guessing a bit big to be pushed back into the ground. But they're a lot better, actually, so I didn't realise that's what the rolling did. So I've learned something new today. So as you can see then, obviously the rolling's all been done. It's all looking good. If we go across to here, nitrogen's looking good. pH level is looking good as well. Obviously, there's nothing we can do on 45 with that at the minute because it's slight little spillover from 46. But we've just got sunflowers in there, and obviously 48. We've got corn in there, so as you can see, there's not really much we can do with that as well. And obviously, the yield is going to show nothing for 49, 47, or 48, or 45, because nothing has been harvested on them as of yet. But everything's looking good. We're pretty much done now. Everything's ready to go. We can move over to the next month, and hopefully these will be ready to go. So it's still 22. Time's still frozen in a minute. We're going to unfreeze time now, and we're going to go, and we're going to take a nap, and we're going to wake up about, let's go for 9 o'clock in the morning, shall we? So back here, 9 o'clock in the morning, then you can see the leasing cost. It's cost us 210 for property maintenance and just over 4 grand for the leasing as well. So 1 minute past 9. Oh, it's looking good. We're going to have a quick look here. The wheat is starting to germinate as well. Look at this. Everything you can see at the bottom there is looking good. All the levels are perfect. Wheat is growing. You can just see it through there. Just over there where the marker is. There's another field there. It's all looking good. We've got to sort something out with these strawberries. I'm not sure what to do with them. Whether just to get a little trailer, get a telehandler and put them on and find a good place to sell them. I mean, they're looking good. What are we looking like if we're going to have a look in here? Are we looking around for water and stuff? Let's have a little look in here. Yeah, water's looking pretty good. So we're doing okay on that really at the minute. I just think we could maybe find a place that we could sell them. Or do we store them? Because we are eventually going to get the bakery and then we can put them in there for go towards cakes. Do we find a little hut to sort of store them in? I mean, I think I have got some pallet storage things on here. I will have to have a look and see. But we might be able to get like a little pallet warehouse that we can put somewhere in the yard that we can store them. I mean, I know that's not quite realistic. You probably wouldn't store them for long because they wouldn't last very long. But it might be worth it. Now, these to me don't look like they're actually ready. They're still growing. Oh no. That's not good, is it? Let's just go back around here and have a look on here. It does say, you know, sunflowers are ready to harvest in October. I'm hoping, well, I was hoping actually, but it's not looking good at the minute. Let's just see what we're looking like on here. That's not good, because I was hoping that 45 and 48, the sunflowers and corn, were going to be ready, because the calendar says we can harvest them in October. And I was also hoping if they were going to be ready, we could harvest them, and then we could put wheat back in, because we've only got wheat for October. So if I've now got to fast forward to November, wheat we're out of, which means these 2 fields are going to stay empty. Now, we have got 4 fields of wheat in, but I just thought, well, if we could, why not? Kill 2 birds with 1 stone, get some wheat in these. But it's not looking good. Do we try and fast forward time a little bit? And just see if later in the day that suddenly these turn. Because at the minute, it's not looking good. And I was hoping they were going to be ready today, because as soon as we're going to have October and we're going to November, that's it. We can't do anything at all with the wheat. We're just going to have to leave these 2 fields as nothing. Still nothing yet. We're nearly at midday. I mean, really, this is the only job we can do is harvest these. There's not really much else we can do. But I just wanted to try and get it done today. It's not looking good, is it? It's not looking good at all. Well, that's a bit of a disappointment, that is. So that throws the whole plans out. So we're going to have to fast forward and we're going to have to go into November and just miss out. I mean, we could put grass in. I mean, is it worth it? Let me have a think about that one. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to harvest these. We're going to go into the next month. These should be ready by then. If not, we really are in trouble. So we're going to harvest these in the next month. And then what we're going to do is just put grass in these 2 fields, because that's the only thing we can do at this time of year, is put grass in here, grass in the field just over there with the corn in. And then what we'll do is we might as well, when it's ready, because grass pretty much goes like you can see, we can harvest grass all year round, which is good. But we've only got till November to put it in. So if we get it in, as soon as it grows and we get the full growth on it, we can harvest it December, Jan, Feb. I don't know how long it takes. However long it takes, we can then, harvest it. So what we could do is cut it. We've got the baler. Let's get it wrapped. Let's turn it into silage, and then we'll just stand them around on the yard somewhere here. Because silage bales are a lot more money than normal grass or hay. Doesn't really going to get hay this sort of time of year, so we'll just do that. We'll just store them somewhere. At least we get something then out of the fields rather than nothing at all. I think that's probably the best way to go. So let's jump in here. Now I was just thinking that we could head down to the shop and rent the header, but that's going to be a bit of a waste, that is, really, because if we do that, we're then going to be wasting money. So let's just leave us here for now. Otherwise we're going to have a leasing cost. Completely forgot about the leasing cost. We're not going to buy them yet. We're going to keep leasing them because I don't want to have to buy them. Not yet anyway. We will get to the point where we can buy the harvester and buy the headers and stuff. But for now we're just going to have to go to bed again, which is a real shame. We're going to have to wake up again in November, 9 o'clock. I'll see you there. So 9 o'clock in the morning on November then. More leasing costs have gone out. Production cost. There we go. Finally. I must admit, the sunnies are looking dead, but, they are ready to harvest, as you can see in the bottom corner. We can check it, yep. And the corn's ready to go as well. Beautiful. So, let's jump into this thing. Let's take this and let's head over to the shop. We'll lease the header for this. We'll get the sunflowers done and the corn. Well, it's not much point getting the trailers out. We might as well leave them where they are. We don't need to get them dirty because we're just going to put these straight into the silo, which is literally there next to the field. So I'll head over to the shop, get the header. I'll see you back at the field as we're going to harvest it. So we're back with the corn header and sunflower header then. I did nearly take off someone's mailbox when I was coming down the road. Not a massive issue. Very close though. I mean, I could have got a header trailer for it, but why? I waste money on a header trailer. We can just bring this down the road. So it's not the biggest of headers. But again, these aren't really the biggest of fields, so I think we should be okay. Obviously, these are what came through with the fields when we bought them, so they're not going to be fantastic on yields, as we got with the other fields as well if you watch the earlier episodes. So we're just going to whiz through, get these done, and then we'll sort out the fields, get some grass in them. And then really it's just going to be sort of looking after the grass, because the other fields aren't going to be ready until well into next year. But we need to sort of wait for that because we're going to get the grain mill. So we can't really get the grain mill too early, otherwise we need to put the wheat in, like I said, so we can then get money for the wheat and then run around quickly and go buy it. So then we get the wheat we just put in, we've got to pay for it, and we get the grain mill as well. I know it's a bit cheeky, but why not? If you're wondering as well, yes, this combine is running a little bit quicker than probably normal. There is a mod where you can unlock the speed on it, so it will actually go the same speed as it would technically on the road. As you can see, we can actually harvest it 24 miles an hour. A little bit better than the is it 6 or 8 miles an hour that it normally does. So I just thought we'll just try and get this done. So that's the sunflowers, 3,500 litres, not too bad. Actually, let me just check that again. Actually, I think that's wrong. Actually, I think it's 34,000. Oh yeah, 3,500. That's going to be 34,000. That seemed a bit much when I looked at the figure. Then I thought I'd read it wrong. But I thought that would have been quite impressed actually. 34,000 off that field. So can we get through here with the header on? Yeah, just about. So we'll do the corn as well. We'll get this sorted. We do it without missing any. Now, there might be a little issue with the corn because this is part of the game. It wasn't put in by me. sometimes you find the little bits on the edge are just out the boundary and we can't get them. That might have been what happened there then. Oh, I didn't quite put the header down quick enough, so we will see as we go round. It's looking okay at the minute on these bits. I can't wait so we can progress onto these fields over here. Just got to be careful with money at the minute. Money is disappearing rapidly, and with all the leasing costs and stuff. So I think what we will do after doing this, we will get rid of the header and we will get rid of the combine itself, because otherwise we're going to be paying for the combine and we don't need it until, I can't remember, when was it now? Let's have a quick look. It was the wheat, we can harvest that in July. So yeah, we've got several months of leasing costs which we don't really need. So we'll get rid of the header, we'll get rid of the combine, and we need to look into some form of cutters for grass, either on the tractor, or do we lease the big, is it the chrome lawnmower itself? I do normally use that, I do like that. So we'll definitely have to have a look into that when the grass is ready. Now it looks like these are okay, maybe I just didn't quite put the header down quick enough. So I'm going to go through, finish this off, we're going to put all this corn in the silo, and then we'll send the combine and the header back. And then we'll have a look and see what we're going to do then. So we did pretty well on the cornfield then, nearly 12,000 litres. I was quite impressed with that actually. I didn't think that was going to do as well, because these were fields that we bought with the crop already in, which is never normally good. Never normally get a great yield. So if we got nearly 12,000 off that field without any sort of prep done to the field, and if we did it ourselves, it's going to be a lot better. So we're just dumping the rest of this in the silo. We can fold up the combine now, put it all away, turn it off, and then we can actually send this back now, because we don't need the combine or the header anymore. Not until we need to tackle the wheat. So we're going to save ourselves a bit of money. So if we just stop that there, we'll go into the shop here, we'll go down to the least option. Oh, what's in here? Oh, that's a hell of a cultivator, that is, isn't it? 53% off, that's not bad. And again, same with the truck. That's not a bad price as well. But we don't really need a truck at the minute. We're doing okay. We're only a small field, so we can cope perfectly fine with the two little trailers that we've got. So let's send these back. Yep, that can go back. And so can that. Oh, it's changed colour. There we go. So now we're going to save ourselves on some leasing costs now. All we've got to do is prep these fields. Everything's looking pretty good at the minute. So let's just go and have a quick look on our map and see what we got. So they're all done. What did we get on the harvest? Let's have a look on the yield on here. Ah, you see, well, yeah, you can see this one wasn't great. Sort of light green, yellows, around about 85% sort of on this one. This one, though, look at this. This is why it looks a little bit better. A lot of this is sort of in the high, what, 105, 110? So that's not looking bad at all. That one was shocking, that one. That was very poor. So not looking, not too bad overall. You know, we can cope with that. So we just need to go through. We need to sort out. I think these are okay now. I don't think these need anything else doing to them. Might need a bit of. Do we need some fertilizer on them? Ooh, the nitrogen on that one is in very poor state. Look at that, it's 0. So that's going to need looking after on that one. It needs ploughing as well, which, yes, is normal after corn, so we will plough that. I think we'll plough this one as well, even though it doesn't need it. But we'll get them both ploughed, get them ready, get them all prepped, and then we'll put some grass in. So I've just sorted out these two fields then. I've just gone through and ploughed them, and I've just gone and sort of prepped them ready to put some grass in. This one here to our left, just in front here, I couldn't work out why. I had a bit of a moment where I couldn't work out why it wasn't showing me any figures for the pH and nitrogen. I was like, what's going on? There's a little bit at the top, but it's just not showing me anything. Completely forgot, because it had sunflowers in. I didn't do a soil sample. So now I've done the soil sample, sent that off. All's looking good. We'll get a full report of what it is now. And it's not looking too bad. Sandy loam is in a good chunk of it, and silty clay is in the other half of it, really. So it's not looking too bad. We can have a look across the pH level. Yeah, that's not bad, middle of the road. And it's looking pretty good on the nitrogen as well. Done 48 as well, but there's a little bit of 48, which is still a bit poor. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but it's a bit rough, but it's not too bad. So what we've got to do now is just got to go pick up the planter here. Got to see how much seeds in it, and then we just got to put some grass in these. And then really, we are ready to rumble. We are done then. There's not really much else we can do. So let's just pick this up. It's not bad. It's looking pretty good in here. It shouldn't take too long as well. This thing's massive. So let's just open up the menu so I can just double check to find out how we check what we're looking here. Seed, that's how we check. We move it across. Make sure, yeah, grass. Make sure we don't get any oilseed radish, because if we get that in, that's a whole different ball game. That is. I don't really want any of that. So it's always a bit awkward to get these fields because of the sort of the room we've got here. So we'll try not to go across onto the other field. And see if we can start in this area here. Shouldn't take long at all. This shouldn't. So we'll get some grass in here because it's the only thing we can actually plant now, due to it not being ready last month. That's quite annoying actually, that is. So let's turn them on. Let's drop it. And let's go. Quite nice. It's been a while since I've actually done some silage bales. And we've got the wrapper with the luminous bright orange coloured wrap. So it should be quite nice, that should. So we'll put these in, we'll get them done. And then I think really we can sort of fast forward time. I don't know how long this is going to take to grow, if I'm honest. We can harvest all year round, so might be a bit of an issue if we get some snow. Is snow due on the forecast? What's it looking like? Oh yeah, December's not looking great. We're looking alright for the rest of the night, but as we go into December, as you can see just at the bottom there, snow, and also Jan and Feb. Ooh. So we're gonna have to be a little bit careful about when we can actually get access then to be able to cut this grass. If we've got some snow appearing, it's not going to be good. It could be a bit tricky. But we're going to be okay. We've got wheat later in the year. So yeah, this could make it quite tricky, this could. This is just not quite big enough, is it? So at least we can get some use out of these two fields then. I don't like leaving them empty, so we'll try and put in what we can. Oilseed radish, and there's not much point putting that in because that's just like a fertilizer. You just basically plough that back into the ground, and it just gives you a layer of fertilizer. So it's instead of it's a cheaper option than spending a lot of money on the solid or liquid fertilizer. But I just don't think it's a lot easier, but especially with the size of that spreader. You just don't really need to worry about that. So putting grass in is better. We'll get a cut. I don't know how many bales we're going to get from this. We'll get a few. I would have thought at least, what, maybe 5, do you think? I really don't know. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done any form of silage bales. So that's it then. The grass is in. It's all done and dusted. If we have a quick look across here, then everything's looking pretty good. All the levels are looking good. And the seed rate as well. We've got a nice even seed rate for the grass across both of them fields. So that's all our fields are full now. 2 with grass in and 4 with wheat in. That's pretty much all we can do with these fields now. Just need to keep on top of the grass. Maybe give them another hit with fertilizer once they get to the next growth stage. But apart from that, it's all looking pretty good. We need to just work out as well what to do with these strawberries. I'm not sure whether just to house them somewhere. Maybe look at like a warehouse or a pallet yard. Well, yeah, I suppose like a pallet warehouse. Somewhere to just store them, which I know you wouldn't really do with strawberries. But I think it's going to be good when we can fast forward time and we can get in the grain mill and we can get the bakery. Then the strawberries will come in handy. They'll go in there, go towards making cake. Now I know we need more than strawberries to make cake, but it's a good start. So I might see if we can try and do something with that. I don't know if there's much to actually spawn. And it's showing there might be some more to spawn here. Are strawberries too heavy for us to lift? I've got a feeling that, yeah, I've got a feeling they're going to be too heavy to lift, unfortunately. How many more? Let's just see if we can go on to put super strength on. Let's just see. Can we now move them across now? Just see how many are going to be here. Let's push them across out the way. Made a bit of a mess of that. Didn't push as easy as I thought. That's it. Let's just throw him over here for now. Oh, where's that one going? But I think for now, I think that's pretty good. We've done everything we can for now. Turn the tractor off. I think we've done all we can for now. All the fields are all prepped. All got something in growing. All's looking good. So thank you so much for watching then, and I will see you in the next one.